Marcus, the team's having a good run of things at the moment. Winners 4 out of the last 5 meetings here on the Gold Coast Poly Track.
Yeah, we can't complain. Horses are racing well, getting results, and that's all we can ask for.
You're finding that the horses that are adapting well to the poly, you can turn them in, week week out, and they continue to run well. They're holding form.
Yeah, they're pulling up well. They're racing very well on it. You get the odd horse that doesn't handle the surface. That's like any track. Even that's like hitting a wet track on a grass surface or a firm track. So you don't know until you try them. I don't think there's any really formula. I've had sort of horses, known sort of wet trackers that handle it and not handle it, and same with firm track horses. So I think it's a confidence thing with them, but it's been a good track. It's right at our doorstep, and it's been very successful for our stable.
Take us through a horse like Almighty Rising. He's obviously had a fair background. He was a pretty sort of progressive type in Sydney a number of seasons ago. Do you get to a horse like him and go, well, it's either going to be a hit or miss, he'll return to some form, or if he's out of form, well, we had a crack with him and it didn't pan out?
Yeah, I just got approached by the owners. I didn't purchase him actually. Approached by the owners to train the horse. They're looking at sort of placing some horses here in Queensland at the Gold Coast. But yeah, Horsey comes to you sort of, as I said, his form as a 3-year-old when Hawks had him was quite good. I think he ran in a stake, a Blue Diamond Prelude at his first start, so they had an opinion of him. Probably lost his way a little bit in Victoria, whether it was dry tracks, wet tracks. His form on wet tracks seemed to be okay down there. Whether he didn't like that way of racing, I'm not sure, different environment. So sort of came up here. We started working him, and he was a Class 1 horse, but the way it was working, it's like he's won 5 or 6. I thought this horse goes all right. So, but as I said, you'd still like to see him take it to race day and do it under race conditions. But he's been successful, and I think he's won 2 out of 4 for us, which has been good.
Hamaki is another tried purchase that has really taken to racing here, and a good breakthrough success on Saturday, winning well. Correct,
yes. He probably needed to run first up when he ran second. He had 8 months off the scene, had a lengthy break. He had a couple of nice little jump outs here. He went well. They do it sort of easy on this track, so whether he may not have sort of gained that sort of fitness out of those jump outs because he'd done it so easy. He's quite a sharp horse, but definitely needed to run first up. Fortnight later, last week, he won very impressive, which is good. Similar horse to Almighty Rising. Indicates to me he's sort of going places, and they can probably put their hand up in town in the right race.
You've got a number of stayers at the moment as well. There's probably too many names to rattle off at the top of my head, but off nominations, it looked like you were going full Chris Waller on one race on Saturday.
So I don't know whether it's a good problem to have or not, but I've had a lot of success with the stays over the years, last 10 or 12 years or longer, and thought staying races can sort of drop off in southeast Queensland, the class a little bit. But yeah, some have been coming through the ranks, been racing well here on the poly and whatnot. So got quite a few nominated here on Saturday. Hopefully we can run 2 or 3 here, and there's a couple entered for Melbourne Cup Day here as well. So Asaka Miss, the little mare's been racing well. She won second up here, I think over the 2,000. Ngozi, she was a cheap purchase actually, $1,500 online purchase, and she won first up for us, and she's racing well. She's looking for a trip. Drake Passage, he's a horse that's probably looking for a bit of give in the tracks. He's come up well, and there's that many of them, trying to think now. But,
Gleaming Legend, another one.
Gleaming Legend's the other one. Yeah, nice horse. Probably didn't expect him to run a trip.
Yep.
He's owned by Capitalists, but he's out of a Montjeu mare, half to Lucia Valentina, so he's a well-bred horse. He won very impressive here in his maiden, and run third over the 1900 last start. Over-raced slightly, first time up in distance. It was a slowly run race, but expect him to run very well when he steps out next.
Like a number of trainers here on the Gold Coast, you must be excited. We're not far off seeing grass racing return, and obviously you're seeing the bee grass get laid now, and it really looks to be taking off since it's started to get consolidated, and the turf's going down there. It is an exciting time. You've had to wait for it, but we're not far away.
Definitely, there's been a lot of changes of late. It is exciting. I've been here 12 years now, and so there's a lot been happening in the last sort of couple of years, and it's great to see. I think it's good to be on ground level here, because I think it's it's going to be hard to sort of get established here, and it's very central. It's going to be a great training centre. It is now, and it's only going to be better.
The poly track has been a terrific asset to the trainers here, but It's also breeding a lot of success as well, which is, there's a lot of horses going to Brisbane and winning, and Ipswich, Sunshine Coast, etc.
100%. I think there's a lot of form coming off the poly track now. They're going back onto the turf and winning and performing, which is great. Sometimes you do have your doubts about the poly form, but as I said, horses are taking it back to the turf and winning, so which is good. But it's been great. It's a great training track. Also, we need it. We need it. Rain, hail, or shine. The track's there, so it's fantastic.
Best of luck over the weekend.
Thank you.